Hi all, I'm Eric Sherrar. I love to teach fly casting, and today I thought I might do myself a little experiment in teaching fly casting. Let me tell you how I normally teach fly casting. What I do is I start people off with the roll cast and go to the pick up and lay down, and then go to false casting. Then I go to shooting line, and then I go into the advanced double haul. Well, a while back, a friend of mine, Al Kite, I thought I had a problem. What I thought my problem was I had some students come to me and they said, "Hey Eric, we want to learn how to fly fish. We're going to go up to Alaska and fish for salmon." And I thought, "Whoa, man, you guys are going to go to Alaska? That sounds great. When are you going?" They're like, "Well, we're going to go next week. And we've never fly fished before." And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. You've never done it before, and we've got to get you up into some heavier sticks. I'm not sure. I'm thinking to myself, I'm not sure what I want to do here. So I call my buddy Al Kite, who's basically been like a mentor to me, without a doubt. And I asked Al, I'm like, "Hey Al, I got these guys, they want to go to Alaska. I got 6 hours to work with them. What am I going to do? What should I do? How should I prepare them?" And I told him, I thought maybe I should just stick with the basic pick up and lay down and make sure that's good. Well, Al had a whole different concept. He says to me, "Hey Eric, how many hours you got?" And I said, "I got 6 hours with them." All right. He's like, "Well, heck, when in the old Fenwick classes that him and Mel Krieger used to do together, they'd move people through a 2-day class, and then in the 2 days they'd be double hauling." So what he said to me, he said, "Eric, don't limit your students or yourself. Push them. If they can do it, they can do it. If they can't, then you come back. But don't ever limit your students. You're not doing any good by doing that. And don't limit yourself on your ability to teach." So I got off the phone and I said, "Right on, I want to try this." We worked on the 6 hours. We split it up into a couple days. Actually 3 days, 2 hours, 2 hours each day. And by the end of the third day, I had them double hauling, and they were getting it out, 55, 60 feet. Well, they went up to Alaska and started fishing, and the first day they fished, and the guy said, "Well, let's use conventional gear. You guys haven't fly fished before. Let's just use the conventional." So they did the first day. The second day, they went into the lodge, and they're like, "Hey, we really want to try this fly fishing stuff." And there was another guy there that was visiting the lodge, and he heard about them wanting to do fly fishing. He's like, "Yeah, well, so do I. I've been fly fishing for 30 years. You guys want to come along or you guys want to go fly fishing? I'll go with you. That sounds great." He goes, "I've done it. Let's do it." So the guide says, "Well, okay." So the guide lines them all up to fish, and one of the guys that I taught says, the guide spreads us out, 25 feet on the bank, and I make my first cast, and my first cast is 15 feet further than the guy that had been fishing for 30 years. He said, "My pop's cast was 10 feet further than that guy's. We slayed the fish because we were out there where we needed to be, and we caught more fish than the dude had been fishing for 30 years. Well, the rest of the trip, he said that the guy had been fishing for 30 years, never talked to him again. Couldn't believe that that was his first time fly fishing. Of course, you know, yeah, that made me feel good hearing that kind of story, you bet, without a doubt. But so anyway, what I thought I would do today, because it's kind of along that same line, getting back to this experiment, I thought, you know, well, what happens if you only have a couple hours? I mean, I had 6 hours. What if I only had 2 hours? You know, what could I do in that 2 hours if I'm in that kind of same situation? Is it possible to not go through the pickup and lay down, or and the roll cast and the false casting and all that? Could I just go straight to the double haul with someone and get them to cast it within 2 hours? So that's the experiment today, man. I'm going to just take that box, turn it upside down, or step out of it, whatever you want to call it, and check it out and see what happens. I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen. You know, it could be that that it really screws up the guy. I don't think so, though. You know, and I say that because I really love teaching the double haul, and to me, it's a, I don't see it as a really difficult cast. You know, I see the difficult cast seems to be the very beginning cast, the pickup and lay down. That seems to be the hard one for me to be able to teach. The double haul, the students pick that stuff up really quickly. So, you know, I don't think it's now the double haul though does incorporate, you know, casting, parts of casting that the pickup and lay down does too, and we're going to see what happens with that. But you know, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Hey, I've learned something, right? I know that I can't do that. So if I get a paying customer, this guy that I'm going to use or teach is not paying me today, you know. And a little bit about him. His name's Antonio Hernandez, and he knows nothing about fly casting or fly fishing. He's never done it. So it's going to be pretty fun to work with them, and we'll see what happens. Well, stand by, and next time you see me, we'll be talking about what happened. I'm going to be filming it. Thanks. Bye.